Hello students, once again welcome back to our biology class. Myself Dr. Raghavendra here. Well, we are done with lots of animal group studying, lots of creatures, their structures, their specification, special structures, okay, peculiarities we have studied. Fine. Today's class also will be more interesting what I feel. Yes, today we are going to study about class aves or the class birds. So let us go ahead here. Class aves. Fine. We call it as the class aves or the birds. Fine. So the most magnificent creatures on this earth, the most colorful creatures, organisms on this earth, we are going to discuss what we call it as the birds. So birds are most important and most essential part of our life, our ecosystem, we can say. Well, that is all about the birds. Fine. So we are going to study. Well, so here birds are the class aves. Fine. So the study of birds. Let me give you some important terms. Study of birds. What it is called as ornithology. Ornithology. Yes. Study of birds called as ornithology. And yes, there is a person who studied extensively about the birds. So he is called as a birdman of India. Fine. The birdman of India. Dr. Salim Ali. Salim Ali. Yes. Study of bird migration. Study of bird migration. What is called as? It's called as a phenology. Okay. Study of eggs. Study of eggs. Zoology. Okay. Study of nest, bird nests. So, bird nests. It's called as nidology. Well, so these are few important points related with mainly the birds. As such, we need to understand, we need to know, we need to remember these points. So, study of birds, we call the ornithology, let it be its behavior, its migration, then how the birds create their domination, social communication, and all that. Yes, we talk about ornithology. Bird watching, not only watching, about understanding their habitat, their feeding or foraging, their behavior, all that is, yes, we call it as a ornithology. And such bird study is extensively done by Dr. Salim Ali. That's why he is known as the birdman of the India. And then study of bird migration is known as the phenology. Study of the eggs is called the zoology, and study of the bird nest is called nidology. And so there was a scientist by name Huxley. So Huxley mentioned that what he stated: birds are glorified reptiles. Birds are glorified reptiles. Why he said? Because of their feather, because of their adaptations. Yes. So stated by the name of scientist is Huxley. Okay, so there are lots of important information here related with the birds we need to know. Birds as such adapted for various kind of what we can say, mainly the conditions. They are very much yes, aerial by adaptation. We can say that they are terrestrial. They are adapted for yes, aquatic life also, and they are adapted for desert life also. For various conditions they are well adapted. They are mainly fruit eating, insect eating, fish eating, variety of food they rely on. So birds are magnificent creatures, and then their adaptation is very much evident. We can observe it. Well, few of the most important examples according to NCRT, yes, we need to know that. Let me just list out those examples. So there is a bird, we call it as a neophron. Neophron means vulture. Vulture. Okay. Then there is a bird by name bubo. Bubo means owl. Okay. Then there is again what we call aptenodite. Aptenodite, yes, unable to fly. They are the penguins. Okay. Then aptenodite. And then gallus. Gallus refers to domestic fowl. Domestic fowl, gallus. Then struthio. Struthio. Yes, what is this struthio? It is a ostrich. Then there is a psittacula. Psittacula is mainly parrot. Then pavo. Pavo is mainly peacock. Peacock, pavo. Then carvus. Carvus is mainly crow. Scavengers of the nature, crow. Okay, carvus. And then columba. Columba is mainly, it is pigeon. And then hummingbird, the smallest bird, which survive only by taking or drinking the nectar, hummingbird. And then yamu. Yamu is a flightless bird. So then similarly kiwi. Okay. Other than that, anas. Anas means duck. Okay. So there are lots of variety of birds. There is one more. What we talked about, cassowary. Cassowary with cask. Yes, cassowary with a cask. It is also called as a killer bird. Killer bird. We are going to study about details of these different kind of examples and how they are different from one another and how they are adapted for various mode of life. So, study of birds we call it ornithology, and the birdman of India is Dr. Salim Ali. And then the bird migration you might have studied. Birds migrate from one region to another region to escape from the harmful conditions. They migrate mainly in search of better feeding and breeding ground. Siberian cranes known to fly thousands of miles during the winter, yes, they come to the Rajasthan for the sake of breeding. So thus we can say that this is mainly kind of migration. What we say, the study of migration is called phenology, study of the eggs is called the zoology, study of the bird nest is called nidology, and birds are considered to be as glorified reptiles, and the statement given by the scientist Huxley. So neophron or the vultures, also called as scavengers of the nature, because they are known to eat the carcasses or the dead remains of the animals. Yes, when the lions or cheetahs, they hunt the animal, the herbivore, yes, they eat the flesh. Remaining bones, leather, whatever the skin material, all is consumed by mainly these vultures. So they are called as scavengers of the nature. And then mainly bubo, the nocturnal bird, active in the night time. Also a friend of farmer. Why? Because it known to eat the rats. Owl. Then aptenodite, penguin, yes, mainly found in the Antarctic region. So here the penguins are mainly, they don't have the, what you can say, the well developed wings, but the wings are modified into flippers, and they can yes, swim fast and hunt the whatever the available aquatic animals, being the fishes. Gallus, domestic fowl. we call it as a nati kodi or Jawari chicken. And then Struthio, the ostrich, mainly found in Australia. Yes, the flightless bird. Even cassowary also flightless bird found in Australia only. Sitavila the parrot found everywhere. And then Pau is the peacock, the national bird of India. And then the Carvus, the crow. Then Columba is the pigeon. Hummingbird, Yamu, Kiwi. Yes, hummingbird is the smallest bird. Yamu, Kiwi are again flightless birds. So, Anas is mainly the duck. Scientific name of the duck, yes. So, variety of birds, yes, we are going to study one by one. And the more in a better way or detailed way we study, we will understand the speciality of each bird and their uniqueness as well as their importance in the nature we are going to study. So, few diagrams, yes, I will be drawing on the board and I will be explaining you people regarding these. As such, the diagrams are so simple in case of the birds. There is nothing much complication. So, hope we are done with the study of mainly the definition of the birds, and then they are bipedal by locomotion, means their hind limbs are well developed legs, but forelimbs are modified into wings. So the wings are mainly helpful in the flight, and those unable to fly, they are called as the flightless birds. So the flightless birds also called as, there is one particular term, we call it as a ratite. Yes, I am going to explain about all that one by one. So first let us understand, basically, yes, let us understand mainly with the few important examples. So let us take the example of vulture. Vulture or neophron. Neophron. What is the important characteristic of the neophron? To say, yes, their beak are very strong. So beak is very strong and that can easily crack or open up the skin of any animal, but beaks with the nostrils. And then, yes, here the mainly what we say, this neophron has the feathers, well developed feathers, and then they are what we can say scavengers, and then yes, what we can find here, their tail, and we find the eagle eye. So the vulture's eye are very sharp enough, better than maybe 50 times better than the human eye. They do have tympanum here, and then yes, very strong, what we can say, they have mainly the strong legs which easily can hold up the animals such as the rabbit, even the goat also they can hold, and then make the goat to, they will take the goat and drop them to the from certain height so that goat will die. Well, here their legs are strong enough because they are mainly tetradactylous condition. Tetra means the four, so they have the 4 digits. So to say, there are very important features as such about mainly these eagle, and the eagle have curved, what we can say that these are the claws, and the claws easily can penetrate into the abdomen of a rabbit and damage its kidneys or the lungs very easily and kill it on the spot. So such kind of curved, yes, we can say that such kind of curved claws are helpful to hold the branch also, and these curved claws are called as the talons. Talons or curved sharp claws, what they have. And then here the forelimb modified as wings, and then This is the tympanum that act as an ear, then the eye. So sharp, curved, we can say, and straight beak. Sharp, curved beak. What they have? They have the nostrils. Eagle as well as the vulture's eyes. So they have what we can say in the eye. There is the lens. Inside the lens, we can say that sclerotic ossicles in the eye. Yes, they have what we can say sclerotic ossicles and pectin. This gives them telescopic vision. So maybe around, we can say that 50, 100, 200, even as far as maybe 500 meters or even from 1 kilometer from the height of the ground. Yes, easily they can visualize a small rabbit or even a rat also, and very soon they confirm and hunt them very easily because they have the sharp beak, they have the strong talons, and their body is covered with the very good feathers as such, and they do have inside, we can say that, mainly air sacs. So these are mainly the predaceous birds, and sometimes yes, they are scavengers also. Fine. So this is about the vulture, as well as we can the same example can be quoted as a eagle also. Vultures are larger by size. So generally the vultures have the neck without feathers usually, but there are certain eagles, certain vultures, yes, they do have the feathers. So this is what we talk about mainly. The more we can say that the bird with the high ability of flying at very height, the bird with the very sharp vision, with the sclerotic ossicles in its lens and pectin, that gives them a telescopic vision so that they can identify their prey very easily. Well, so this is what we have mainly talking about the birds such as mainly the vulture. The next example, yes, we need to know, that is about the flightless birds. So there is a flightless bird called as struthio or ostrich. So here the ostrich is mainly large size bird on the earth. So the bird is basically very large size, and then it's a triangular head, and then yes, so the bird is basically large size and having its long neck, fine, and then they do have the nostrils, well, and the eye, and then the tympanum. So the bird being with a long neck, it has a massive body. Fine, the bird is having its massive body, and yes, so here it is having large size legs also and a very short tail, and the legs are strong enough to run very fast. Legs are strong enough to run very fast, and then speciality of this, in these birds basically we can find only 3 toes, 3 digits. Okay, so they don't have any behind the toe or the digit, so as to what we can say that to reduce whatever the hindrance in their speed. So for if there is a toe behind, there may be reduction in their speed, so they have avoided that having the toe. So here these hind limb we say here, in case of mainly the vulture hind limb, and these are tetradactylus. We can say that having 4 toes. So 4 toes are there. So here only 3 toes, and their strong hind limbs. Hind limbs or the legs, they do have lots of scales. Okay, so wings are not much strong. Wings are not strong. Long neck they have, long neck, and then tympanum, and then the eye, the beak. Okay, yes, feathers. So this is about mainly the ostrich, the flightless bird, large size flightless bird. Flightless bird, we can say. So this is about ostrich. Now one more important example, yes, we need to discuss. What is that? Yes, one highly flying bird we have discussed. One is a flightless bird. The other one is, let me just mention here, the national bird peacock. Fine. So let us discuss about pavo or the peacock. So in the peacock, yes, what we can find basically. So the bird is having number of peculiar characters, and there are lots of stories related with the bird reproduction also, that also we will discuss. So here mainly the peacock is having, yes, the structure of the body is very nice, and then a small size peacock only I am drawing because the bird also small. Yes, the peacock, it has the tympanum, it has the crest, yes, on the head, nostrils, they do have the wings. Okay, and then peacock is male, peahen is the female. Yes, peacock represents number of important characters. One, the digits may not be this much. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth. 1, 2, 3, and the fourth. Peacock as such, they're the having spur also, and then we need to find out, yes, the speciality of these, the presence of highly glorified there, what we say, yes, it is the feather. Okay, so highly glorified bird and magnificent bird it is, and even it is the predaceous bird. For number of snakes it can hunt and kill them. Yes, there are eye spots, lots of eye spots we can find in the peacock. So here what you are finding, just a rough sketch I am giving you here, and number of important characters. Let us understand what are those important characters. So peacock as such, it is a carnivore bird. Yes, even it can feed on the grains. Peacocks are known to cause lots of loss in the crops, but also helps mainly by killing the rats, mainly by killing the snakes also sometime. Yes, peacocks are abundantly seen wherever there is a sufficient source of food is available. So peacock mainly they are the friends to the farmer. We can say that they sometimes they can be troubling to the farmers. So this is overall what a diagram we are observing. Let me just mention one by one. The crest, okay, then the feathers, then here it's a slender neck, the tympanum, okay, here we can find its crop, yes, the we can say that dactylus, and mainly the male has the spur, okay. So this is a peacock or pavo we say. So here we find number of important unique characters to say peacock having colorful feathers, the crop, in fact the gut system of all the birds will have esophagus, crop and gizzard inside. The peacock male has the spur mainly to fight with the competitor, and then four digits with the claws, tetradactylus condition. They have the hood or the crest, then the tympanum which represents mainly the ear, and they are insectivores. They can be as seed eating, they can be snake eating, they can be rabbit and rat also they eat. So peacock as such mainly found in the thick vegetation or forest in the crop fields also. And then whereas the ostrich, the Australian bird, large bird and a flightless bird, and that has a massive body and unable to fly because the wings are very rudimentary, we can say that vestigial wings only we can say. And here the mainly ostrich male has a copulatory organ, and only ostrich bird has a urinary bladder. Rest of the birds don't have any urinary bladder also. So mainly ostrich, yes, they eat everything, whether it is the plant material, animal material, grains, everything they eat. Like ostrich, even emu birds also or kiwi birds also, lots of flightless birds, yes, they will mainly grow them in the farm for the sake of their precious flesh. So the specialty of these bird is mainly having only 3 digits or 3 toes, that has that only the front side, no toe behind. So as to increase the speed, they are the fast runners also we can say. And vultures are scavengers and mainly known to fly very high, and their eyesight is very sharp because of the telescopic vision or the view. As such they have sclerotic ossicles and pectin, and then they have very strong acidic juices, so it can digest even bones also. And then they have the long talons or curved claws to hold the what we can say the mainly the branches, even to catch the prey in with a firm grip and make them immobile and then may kill them. So that these will have the different kind of birds with a different kind of peculiarity as such. So all of these birds are definitely having what we can say the hollow bones and air sacs, but ostrich has solid bones, no air sacs, but they have the urinary bladder. So this is all what we have discussed as some of the important examples and their peculiar characters we have discussed here. The birds have the hind limbs with the scales, with the digits, with the claws. Four limbs are modified into mainly the wings. And the birds make a peculiar kind of sound or the noise. You might have seen the noise made by these peacock. Yes. So the sound is so peculiar because the sound box in these birds. So sound mainly produced by the structure called as we the human or the mammals we have larynx, but they have the syrinx. Syrinx is the structure to produce the sound. And yes, there are some more birds we are going to discuss. I hope you got a better idea or clarity about these 3 birds, and the remaining birds such as we need to discuss about peculiarity of the parrot. We call them as the frugivores, the fruit eating birds. And then even we need to understand the peculiarity of the penguin also. Yes, we will be discussing There are some more important characters related with the domestic fowl or the cock also we are going to discuss. So, by discussing these birds one by one, we understand the specific characteristics of these birds. Okay. So, we will see some more examples in the next class. Till then, take care, study well. Thank you very much.